Hey, 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 beautiful people. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. How are you? How are you doing? It is another beautiful day for Marriage Monday. I am your girl, Coach Tashawn, your marriage communication coach, here to give you tips, strategies, all that good stuff on bridging the communication gap in your marriage 7 years plus. Now, listen, you don't have to be married 7 years to get to work on these strategies and whatnot. If you're having a little communication bump, which is okay, I'm your coach. I am your marriage communication coach. So welcome again to another Marriage Monday. Listen, this is the first Monday in March, y'all. And if you've been following me, I told you March, we're getting to work. We are moving March. It's all about moving, getting to work. We've had some months of strategies, tips, and all of those good things. So now it's time to put some things in action in this third month. So thank you so much for joining me and tuning in again. Marriage Monday, every Monday at 6 p.m. live Eastern Standard Time right here. So listen, tonight we are talking about laying the foundation in your marriage. Laying the foundation in your marriage. This month's theme is strengthening the foundation. So this week we're talking about laying the foundation. All right. And in order to do that, it has to start with. So before we start, you already know what you should already have, right? You know what you should have. Your journal. Where's your journal? Get your journal. By now, if you've been following me, that means you need to continue. Like if you should already have a journal. That you should already have a journal. That's it. You should have one. A pencil, pen, journal, and all of that, right? Now, if you're just joining me, go ahead and grab you something to take some notes on, and so we can get started. All right. So listen, we are talking about commitment over convenience. Okay. So again, here I'm going to give you three. I got my notes on the side. I got my notes on my little screen, y'all. I'm telling you, I'm elevating. I'm elevating. I Here are three relatable key elements to touch on for your marriage and communication. All right, as we talk about laying the foundation, what it takes to build a strong marriage. All right. So again, if you have a bit of a communication bump, it's okay. It's okay. Things sometimes get off track, right? We've gone through a pandemic. We're now going through some other things that may be affecting your marriage within communication, but that does not mean that your marriage is over. Does not. That means it just needs a little revamping, look, retweet, just revisiting. It's not over, you all, and you're not in a bad space. Okay, I want you to understand you're not in a bad space. Communication is one of those elements. Communication and comprehension is one of those elements that have to continue to be worked on. You have to continue to nurture. You have to continue to invest in it. So your marriage is not over with. All right. That's what I've always been telling you. I'm going to continue to tell you. It's not over. All right. So number one, commitment over convenience. A strong marriage isn't built on feelings alone. It's built on consistent commitment. Say that word with me. Commitment, right? Love will ebb and flow. It's going to ebb and flow, right? But choosing each other daily is what strengthens the foundation. And so now you have to ask yourself, are you showing up for your marriage, even when it's inconvenient? I want y'all to write that question down. Are you showing up for your marriage, even when it's inconvenient? Right? So listen, a strong marriage isn't built on feelings alone. It's not. You can't just say, "Oh, I love." No, that you can't do that, right? It's built on consistent commitment to your spouse, to the marriage, right? So you've had the wedding, you got all your friends and family, y'all been celebrating and whatnot. Now this is going in the fourth, the third, the sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th year. right? And so you're looking at some things, you're probably thinking like, wait a minute, okay, our conversations are not the same. We're not, we have different opinions and this, that, and that. It's okay. It's okay. Because your feelings, that's not what the marriage is built on. It's on that consistent commitment. Like you committed to each other. You committed to those vows. And that means through the thick and the thin, right? Those hard conversations, those easy conversations. It's easy for us to have those easy conversations, but when it comes to those hard conversations, that's where we get a little choked up. And that's when we just like, we start shutting down, right? So nobody really tells us how teaches us how to get through those hard conversations. And so that's where you see sometimes the lack of commitment in the communication. That's when your communication starts, breaking down. So the commitment over convenience. A strong marriage isn't built on feelings alone. It's built on consistent commitment. And again, are you showing up for your marriage even when it's inconvenient? All right. Number two, y'all know how this works because we're not gonna stay on it all day, all night. I told you I don't like to stress. I definitely don't want to stress you out, right? So we're gonna make this as simple and easy as possible because it's not hard, you guys. It really is not hard. All right. Number two, communication is the blueprint. hmm No solid foundation exists without clear, honest, and respectful communication. It's not just about talking, it's about understanding, listening, and responding with love. And ask yourself, are you communicating to connect or just to be heard? Mm. So remember, we talked about this before. It's like the again comprehension. A lot of times we're just constantly saying communicate, communicate. I want my partner to communicate, or they don't never listen to me. This, that, and other. But it's also the comprehension part of it. Do you understand what your partner is saying? Because a lot of times we don't understand what our spouse is saying. Why? Because we're ready to respond without listening. We're ready. We're not actively listening. And we've been talking about this. We don't actively listen to our partner. We are ready to respond with our answers. So again, then our communication begins to get pushed further back because again, we're not taking the time to really understand and listen and respond with love. Hmm. So now you have to ask yourself, are you communicating to connect or just to be heard? Hmm. I don't know what y'all think. I kind of want to communicate. I want to communicate to connect and to be heard. We could do that, right? I don't know. Y'all let me know. All right. Number three. Number three. Intentional action strengthens the structure. Mm. Strong marriages require daily intentional actions, not just love, but effort. Small things like your date nights, your check-ins, your kind gestures reinforce the foundation over time. And this is a question I want you to ask yourself. What intentional action can you take this week to strengthen your marriage? So it's just not enough to come home and just, talk about your day. Your spouse asks you, how you doing? And then you just stop, you just cut the conversation or whatnot. You have to be intentional about it, right? You have to put forth that effort. And again, even if you've been together for 7 years plus, and you're like, I know my man, or he may be like, I know my wife, this, that, she don't like talking, this, that, and another. How do you really know she doesn't like talking? Maybe she's looking for that right conversation. Maybe he's looking for that right conversation. Maybe y'all both are not understanding each other because you haven't taken the time to understand. You haven't taken the time to comprehend what each other's saying. And you just skipped over that part. It's so much to talk about, right? But we also have to understand, like, what is it that we're talking about? Does our spouse understand what we're saying? The conversations that we need to have. What is the purpose of you having the conversations? So like on your date nights, you can make a financial date night where you can talk about your finances, right? Make it fun. Again, y'all, we're living in our marriages in the times where you can make things fun. Your conversations, you're going to have some hard conversations. That's part of the journey of life. That's just part of the journey. You're going to have some hard conversations, right? However, those hard conversations, they don't have to be just detrimental. They don't have to be they don't have to be bad. It's just you have to find your flow. You have to find what connects both of you all. Finances, and we're going to talk about this later on in the year, but finances can be one of those topics that is very tricky or whatnot. And many times it's just because you don't really know. And that's why it's okay to get help, get other people, to help you with that financial talk, right? Not just finances, but your family dynamics. Again, people are becoming caregivers now. So conversations like that can be very hard. Again, those are conversations that when you sit down and talk, you both say, listen, I don't know what's going on. I'm not sure how to approach it. Like, you have to be really honest and make that effort with your spouse. And remember, you're a team. This is not an I thing, or, a you thing, or him or her thing. No, this is a we thing. We're both learning this. We're both learning how to talk and understand each other. Yes, I know you've been together forever and a day. You've been together forever and a day. But guess what? Things change. The dynamics of your relationship change. I'm just saying, it changes, right? So you have to ask yourself, what intentional action can you take this week to strengthen your marriage? The small things like date nights. Do those check-ins. I talked about this before. Those check-ins are essential. They are crucial for you and your spouse. That's it. For you and you have to check in with each other. Just check in to see where you stand with each other when it comes to communicating, and just in general, right? So those are those small effort, those small things that show you're making effort. Intentional action strengthens the structure. Okay. So listen, I told you I don't want to keep you long, because tomorrow you're going to come back here at 6:30 p.m. You're going to come back here at 6:30 p.m. and I'm going to show you how. You're going to join me tomorrow for Talk It Out Tuesday. I'm going to show you how to break down the acts of patience creating the big shifts in the marriage. So that means we're going to break those 3 relatable steps down so it can be easier, because I told you I don't like stressing, and I don't want you to stress, because there's nothing to stress about, honestly. Communicating is not hard. Comprehending is not hard. It's going to be hard if you continue to say communication is hard. Yeah, it is, because you keep saying it. It's so hard to talk to my husband. It's so hard to talk to my wife. Well, ma'am, sir, y'all keep saying hard. What's hard about it? That's that conversation that you have to have. Go back to that basic. When you first got with each other, y'all were talking about everything, right? You were talking about everything. Y'all know what I'm talking. Y'all were talking about everything. Go back to that. Go back to that. It just incorporate what you have going on now. It's not hard. It's not. You just have to learn how to listen. And that's the key element in communicating. We have to learn how to listen to each other. And we talked about this before. It's okay if you don't agree with each other, but you are a team. You are united, because your end goal is to what? To resolve whatever issue that you have going on, to resolve whatever conflict you have, to make it right for your household. There's no reason for you to argue over anything. If your husband wants tacos and you want hamburgers, doggone to find a way. Communicate. Okay, we may not be able to have tacos tonight, but guess what? We can have some hamburgers, and tomorrow we can have tacos, or vice versa. or make up a new recipe. Taco burger, burger taco. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to stop making things so complicated. It's not hard at all. Communicating is not hard. Comprehension is not hard. We just have to be intentional. We have to again put forth the effort to want to communicate with our partner, to want to comprehend what our partner is saying, and taking the time, because it does require time for you to actively listen. And that's part of the reason why we're not communicating the way, because again, we're so ready to get our point across. We're so ready to respond without even just taking the time to say, oh, that's what you were saying? I got you. Oh, I understand what you're saying now. This is what I hear. uh, I think I heard you right. Did I hear you say that you want to go on a vacation next year on February 12th through the 16th? You want to go on a cruise? I got you. The TLC unwind cruise, couples cruise. I thought that's what you were saying. See, that's easy. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. You have to be intentional about it. You have to put forth that effort. Okay. So listen again, join me tomorrow here for Let's Talk It Out Tuesday. For Talk It Out Tuesday, where we're going to talk and connect and break these down, right? So that means you should already have your notepad. Go ahead, and if you don't have one, you got time. The sun's still shining. You got time to go to the dollar store and get you a journal for you and your spouse. And so y'all can write these notes down, right? And if you are ready to take that next step, go ahead, go to iamtrinettelcollier.com/services, where you can connect with me for the TLC Dream Board experience, which is, oh my goodness. Y'all know I love visions. I love, love, love visions and writing them down and executing them. And this is what the TLC Dream Board experience is all about. A couple needs vision. It's more than just cutting out pictures and gluing them, pasting all of that. When you get with me, Coach Deshawn, it's more. It's an experience. Okay. And if you like, oh, you know what, I'm not sure about that. But what about your TLC couples coaching? I got you. Got a phenomenal deal going on. $777 for a good 7 weeks, y'all. 7 weeks. Come on. You cannot beat that. And y'all already know what the culminating activity for next year, February 12th through the 16th. It is on the website. So when you log on, when you go ahead, I am TrinetteLCollier.com/services, events, right? TLC Unwind, Couples Cruise, next February 12th through the 16th, 2026. Go ahead and connect with State Travels. The deadline to book is March 30th. Y'all, go ahead on your calendar. Put it on your calendar. Go ahead so you can get this amazing deal for a cruise where you it's y'all just relaxing. That's all. Reconnecting and relaxing. You've been doing the work, so y'all gonna be doing all this work all year long. And why not wrap it all up into this fun cruise, relaxing, romantic, whatever you want to do. Just you and your boo, along with some other like-minded couples on this cruise. I'm super excited. I am excited. We're going to the Bahamas. So, yes, I need some sunshine. I need the ocean air, all of that. So, go ahead and book it with State Travels. All of the information is on the website. I am TrinetteLCollier.com/events, right? It's right there. No excuses. I made it so easy. You don't even have to scroll all over the place. Just go right there. It's right there in the middle. And mark your calendars for March 22nd for the March edition of Fireside Chat, right? It is the intimate online community for married couples where we come in and we talk, we connect with other couples, and we talk about marriage. We talk about marriage. We're not bashing marriage. We just coming together. Last month we shared some resources. We connected with other people. It was phenomenal. So go ahead. That's March 22nd. It's on a Saturday from 5 to 7. Make it, it's your date night. It's your date night for the month of March. If you don't have one, well, you have March 22nd. Now, spaces are limited because I wanted to keep it intimate so that we can build that community and we get to know each other. I'm not looking for no 155,000 folks. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Nope. So go ahead and reserve your spot. Tell a friend, tell another couple. It's free. It's free. I can't stress that enough. It is free. Okay? It is free. So again, tomorrow, back here at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Talk It Out Tuesday as we continue to break down, laying that foundation for your marriage. All right. So until tomorrow, y'all, the sun is shining. Oh, it's almost springtime. It's still winter, y'all, but spring, March 20th. Oh, it's coming. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. So until tomorrow, you guys.